Hello friends, you are most welcome to your own YouTube channel. Let's learn. So in the previous video we have discussed how to find the value of influence line diagram, how to draw it using this principle. It is a Miller-Preslov principle. Hello friends, you are most welcome to your own YouTube channel. Let's learn. So in the previous video we have discussed how to draw the influence line diagram of an indeterminate structure. So we took an example and we took the example of a cantilever, of a propped cantilever beam like that, and we found the RB, and we have drawn the influence line diagram like this. Okay, so in today's video we'll discuss the same procedure and the same steps, but in the case of a continuous beam. In the case of a continuous indeterminate structure, we'll draw the influence line diagram using the same principle, right? So first learn the principle. I have taught this principle in details in the previous video. So basically the principle is the reaction force at any section equal to del xb divided by del bb. Now what is this del xb and del bb? Del xb equal to the deflection at this section x due to the unit load at section b. And what is del bb? Del bb is deflection at section b due to the unit load at b. Now the thing is, we have to keep this unit load or 1 kilonewton load at section B, and then we have to find the deflection at section X and the deflection at section B. After we find del xb and del bb, we have to divide del xb divided by del bb, and then we can find the reaction force. Okay, so uh, in today's video we'll learn how to draw the ILD for a continuous indeterminate structure, right? So we have taken an example. You can see A, B, C. A, B, C are the supports. A is a hinge and B or C are the roller, right? So A has two supports. One is vertical, another is horizontal. We know it. For A it will be BAY and BX, two supports A has. B is a roller support, so B has one support vertical BB, and BC equal to it has only one support, that is vertical, because it is a roller, right? So if we want to find the static indeterminacy, it will be the total number of reaction minus the equations available to solve it, right? The number of equations, as the number of equations are 3, right? And the number of total reactions we have equal to what? Here 2 1 1, there is 2 plus 1 plus 1, that is 4. So 4 minus 3 equal to 1, dsi equal to 1. That means it is a indeterminate structure, right? So for this continuous indeterminate structure we have to draw the ILD, and the question is the find the ILD for BA, that is BAY, because BAX equal to 0. So we have to find the ILD for BA, that is the support reaction of A, right? So in the previous video we have learned the propped cantilever beam, and today we learn the continuous beam. So the steps are same, and the first step was remove BA. That means at the position we have to find the reaction force. Our first step, our first work is to remove the BA. So we have removed this BA, and after removing this BA we got this position, right? It's almost same. So 6 meter, 5 meter, all are same. Just we remove this BA. Step 1, it is like propped cantilever beam. Now we'll move to step 2. The second step was place 1 kilonewton load, that means unit load, at the direction of RA or BA, whatever you can say, that is upward. In our question we can see that BAX upward, and in our step 2 we have to place 1 kilonewton load at the direction of BA or RA, that means upward. So according to the step we have placed this 1 kilonewton load at upward at A, right? So due to this 1 kilonewton load, now we have to find the value of RB and RC. Okay, then how will you get these values? First we can apply del Fy equal to 0. That means the summation of the forces, means vertical forces, equal to 0. From that we can get RB plus RC plus 1, because all are upward here assumed equal to 0. If we take moment about the point A, then we can see the distance from C equal to 5 plus 6, that is 11, and from B equal to 6. That means RB into 6, RB into 6 plus RC into 11 equal to 0. From that we can get RB equal to minus RC into 11 divided by 6. And if we put this value here, we can get the value of RC. So it is very basic. We all know this, how to find RC and RB. If you have any problem, you can tell me in the comment section. I'll help you. So from these equations, we got RC value equal to 1.2, that is positive, and the value of RB we can get. Where is the value of RB? RB we can get from here, right? Yes, RB. So from this equation, we found the value of RB, right? And we can see that RB is minus 2.2. That means it's negative. That means we assumed wrong. It is not acting upward. We assumed in the diagram that RB is acting upward. So it is wrong assumption. RB is acting downward actually. So it is came negative. And RC equal to 1.2 positive. That means it is acting upward, right? So we found the value of RB and RC like that. Now we will move to our third step, which is to apply the conjugate beam method and to find the deflection. Now the question is, why we will find the deflection? Because we need the deflection to find the reaction force, because the reaction force formula is del xb by del bb. That means the deflection we have to find at each and every section due to placing the unit load at B, right? So for this deflection, we have to apply this conjugate beam method. And now I will tell the basic difference of this type of question, if it is a propped cantilever beam or it is a continuous indeterminate structure. And the difference is, in conjugate beam method, the process of drawing this conjugate beam is not same in the propped cantilever beam and in the continuous indeterminate beam. So the basic difference I will discuss. And the whole portion we have to divide into some number of intervals. We all know this from the previous video. Divide the whole beam in 10 intervals to find the deflection at each and every section. And the number of intervals will be most probably given in the question. And if it is not given, we can choose it by our wish. So I have taken 10 intervals. That means I have divided the whole beam, you can see, into 10 equal intervals. To find the conjugate beam method deflection, we have to draw the M by EI diagram. Okay, to find the conjugate beam, we have to draw the M by EI diagram. And now we'll move to this. So if we want to draw the M by EI diagram, so what will we get? We get RC into X. If we move from right to left, RC into X will get, so it will form a triangle shape. We all know how to draw this SFD BMD. We all know this. So I have drawn it. I have drawn the M by EI diagram of it, and each interval is 1 meter, right? And this portion is 6 meter and this portion is 5 meter. We have drawn the M by EI diagram. It is a triangular part, you can see it. And the values, like suppose here the value is RC into what? RC into the distance, that means value of RC equal to 1.2, that means 1.2 into 1.2 by EI. And this value, this distance is 2, then RC into 2 means what? 1.2 into 2 means 2.4, like that 3.6, 4.8, here 6 by EI. RC into 5, RC into 5, that means 1.2 into 5 means 6. So it's from similarly we can get these values, all these values we can get it. So after drawing this M by EI diagram, our next step will be what? Our next step will be to draw the conjugate beam. And to draw the conjugate beam, we need three things. That means RC dash, RA dash, right? So I have drawn the like that. Now the question is that why A is hinge here? Why A is fixed here? Because in the method of conjugate beam method, we all know that if we get any free end, suppose any free end we get, so in conjugate beam it becomes fixed. and if we get any fixed end, then in the conjugate beam it becomes free end, right? We all know this from conjugate beam method. So it was our free end A because we have removed the BA, so it is our free end basically. So in conjugate it changed, it has changed, it is replaced by a fixed end, and it fixed end we all know there are three supports, means vertical, horizontal and moment. In this case the horizontal force is 0 because there is no extra horizontal force, right? So there is a vertical force RA dash, a moment MA, and here at C a reaction force will be there RC prime. Okay, now our job is to find the value of RC prime, RA prime and MA prime, right? So I have written this. A was free in original beam, so in the conjugate beam we made a support as it will not be hinged, guys, sorry, it is fixed because the free end is replaced by fixed end and the hinge are same. Now find the values of RC prime. How will get the values of this RC, RA and whatever MA, right? So equaling the moment at B from conjugate beam and real beam. That means it is the conjugate beam of the real beam I have drawn. So basically at any portion we can equal this moment from two diagrams. That means whatever the value of moment will be at section B in this real beam, it will be same as the value of moment at section B in the conjugate beam. Okay, now from the conjugate beam we can see if I take moment at B, what will we get? RC dash into 5, right? The force into perpendicular distance, that means RC dash into 5. In the conjugate beam we can find the moment at section B, RC dash into 5. I have written RC dash into 5. Now this will be this RC prime into 5. This value will be equal to the moment at section B in the original beam, right? In the real beam. Now if I want to find the moment at B in the real beam, it will be what? It will be, here the value is 6 by EI and this distance is 5 meter. This is a triangle basically. So you have to find the area first. Half into 6 by EI into 5, half into base into height, right? Now we have to multiply the 1/3 of base. It is a centroid, right? Because the whole load is acting from the centroid part and we have to find the distance. That means 1/3 into 5. From here I can find the value of RC prime. I hope you all understand. If you any problem, then you can tell me in the comment section, right? We have equal the moment of real beam and conjugate beam like that, and RC dash we have found 5 by EI from here. Now our next job is summation Fy equal to 0. That means summation of the vertical forces equal to 0 from conjugate beam and from the real beam. Similarly. So Ra prime, here in the conjugate beam we can see there are two upward forces, Ra dash and Rc prime, right? So here I can write Ra prime plus Rc prime equal to what? Equal to this value. Now what is this value? This value is the vertical force in the real beam. It is the vertical force in conjugate beam and it is the vertical force in real beam. Now just go to the real beam. It is a triangle of load. Okay, so what is the value of the total load? The total load value is half into, means whole area, and whole area half into base into height. Base is 11, 5 plus 6 11, and height is 6 by EI. So half into 11 into 6 by EI. From here we know the value of RC dash, we can put it here, and we can find the value of Ra prime. Ra prime equal to this, and thus I found the value of Ra prime. Now again equalating moment at A, now all the moments will come. That means from here upward RC prime into what? RC prime into 11. I have written RC prime into 11. Now as this is a fixed, it has its own moment MA dash. Okay, so I have written this, and why I have written this negative? Because I have considered the sign convention. If I go right to left, then upward is positive, that means anti-clockwise is positive, and the clockwise is negative, right? So it is clockwise, it is negative. In my sign combination you can change it also, but the value should be same. So minus MA dash plus RC into 11, and this value, what is this value? This value came from the real beam, because whatever we are considering we have to combine it, right? So from the real beam, the value came, the total load minus, half into 11 into 6 by ei. This will be minus because this is acting downward, right? Means downward means what? Downward means clockwise. So for clockwise, it will be negative. Negative into 1/3 of L plus A. And the distance will be 6 plus 11 by 3 because center of gravity from the end of triangle is 1/3 of L plus A. L is 11 and A equal to 6. I have discussed it. So MA dash came, the value came minus 132 point EI. Sorry, minus 132 divided by EI. Right. Now we have to find the moment value at each and every section of M1, M2, M3, dash. All the values we have to find. Now just consider one thing. When we will try to find the value of M1, then these values we have to consider. Means MA dash and RA dash into 1. Now the question is why we shall consider these values. It is a prime difference between the Prot cantilever case and the continuous indeterminate structure, as I have discussed it earlier. Because now just see, when we will find the moment at 1, that means section 1, we have to consider the values of MA prime and the values of RA into 1 because it is a fixed support, right? See, it is a fixed support. So if I take this section here, now this moment will also come because it is a fixed support, right? It has its own moment. So this moment will come. It is vertical support, vertical reaction R prime. So this value will also come R dash into 1 or whatever the distance it will come surely. So I have taken these values minus 132 divided by EI plus RA dash into 1. That means RA dash, the value I have considered 28 by EI, 28 by EI into 1. And this is what? This is the value of the load in the original beam, right? So it is a small triangle I have considered for M1 and the interval is 1 meter. So I have to take the area half into base into height, half into 1 by EI, this height. It is the area and 1/3 of h because it is acting from a centroid, right? So after calculating this, I found the value m1 minus 104.30 divided by ei, right? So similar process, applying the similar process, I have to find all the values of m2, m3, m4, m5 dot dot dot. See, in a m2 value it will be same minus 132 divided by ei because it is ma dash, the moment of fixed support. This value 28 by I, that means RA into 2 now interval down. Now the distance has been changed. The distance is now 2 meter from the fixed support. And now I have taken this load. That means what? This area, let me show it in the real beam. Here it is the real beam. Now I have considered this area. Okay, for M2 this area will be considered. The interval is 2 meter here and the height is 2 by EI. So it will be half into 2 into 2 by EI. Half into 2 into 2 by EI and 1/3 of B. And the 1/3 of 2, now B is 2, right? Base is 2. So from there and its value came minus 77.30. Why I am finding these values? Because I have to divide these values divided by MA to find the reaction force. Now applying this similar formula, we can easily find the values of M3, M4, M5 and MB. We know the value of MB equal to 0, but still if we calculate minus 132 divided by EI, it's MA plus 28 by EI, that is the value of RA into the distance, means 6. Okay, now minus half of the area I have to consider now. See, this area for MB, this whole area we have to consider, right? So half into this base, that means 6 into 6 by EI, and the centroid I have to take. See, minus half into 6 by 6 by EI into centroid, 1/3 of B, means 1/3 of 6, and the value of MB finally came with 0. Now just see one thing. M1 is negative, M2 is negative, all these values will be negative. M became 0. That means what? That means the further values when I will consider means M1 is negative, M2 negative, these values are negative, MB equal to 0. Now from the common sense we can say these values will be positive. negative, 0 positive. Okay, now this we'll see that whether it is right or wrong. We'll calculate m9. Now when we will calculate this m6, m7, m8, m9, means this means the values of right section, then we can take from right side for the simplicity of our calculation. So from the right side, if we calculate, then the value will be r into 1 minus this area. It's totally similar. So these values came 4.8 by ei. These are all the values will be positive. You can see it. All these values will be positive. Let me show it in the real diagram. Suppose in this section we have to consider this area, and this is downward, and we have to consider this support. Okay, I have taken this into consideration. See, this is the support into distance minus this area. So all these values I have found out here. Now using this principle, we have to find the ILD ordinate of A, B, of A and section 1, section 2, all this, right? So listen, what will be the ILD coordinate at A? It is MA prime by MA prime. MA we have found the values of minus 132 divided by ER. It is 1. Okay, it is positive. Just listen it carefully. It is positive because it is very much essential to draw the ILD. Now ILD at section 1, it is M1 by MA. Now the value of M1 we found. Where it is M1? Yes, M1 we found minus 104.33 divided by EI. We have put it here, minus 104.33 divided by ER, and MA prime equal to minus 132 divided by EI. The value came 0.0790. Similarly at M2 value we put it here, and we find the ILD ordinate 0.586. All these values are positive. At ILD ordinate at B equal to 0, because the moment was 0 at section B. We have seen it earlier. ILD ordinate at 9. We know how we'll find it. M9 divided by MA prime. M9 we'll put it here as it is a positive value, 4.8 divided by EI, but MA prime is negative. That means this value come negative, means it will be negative after B, right? ILD ordinate 6, we can found this. Now what you have to do, we have to draw the influence diagram. See, at B it was 0, we have seen it. At B it was 0, so 0, and at A it was 1, we have also seen it, 1. It will be carved for an indeterminate structure, because this is not determinate structure. For determinate structure the ILD comes straight line, but for indeterminate structure it comes a curved. Okay, now the values we have found, like at 1 the value was what? At section 1, the value of the ILD ordinate was 0.790. We just put it at 0.790. That means this is the curved. And B it was 0, we have seen it. After B it comes negative, right? So thus I have drawn this ILD for a continuous indeterminate structure. Okay guys, so this video is over. If you guys think it was a beneficial video for you, so please like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. So okay guys, goodbye. Thank you very much for watching my video.